Good evening, everyone. This is Edge from Edge Plays. With me this evening, we have Strife.
Evening, yeah.
Hello, everybody. So, this is another podcast, or Edgecast, as we call it. It's been a while. Obviously, a lot of people have been probably wondering. Well, I say a lot of people. I've got 30 subscribers. There'd be like a number of people who watch, probably going, "Where are the Edgecasts? Where are the other videos? What's happening with The Witcher? What's happening with
I will.
Both
Do you
Kills
know what?
Only?"
Do you know what? I was actually thinking about. I'm going to bring up The Witcher today because I need to see more One Punch Geralt.
I do need to finish that off. So, they are still happening at the moment with Christmas and the build up. My kind of schedule has been a bit slower, but it will be all back to normal starting from January. I will be bringing back The Witcher. I have been playing in the background since then, leveling up, getting stronger, and like recording little bits here and there so I can kind of stagger it a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm up to. Yes, this is so just to say that people are aware, I have not forgotten about The Witcher. I know N7Kate is going to be like, "Where's the goddamn fucking Witcher?" I'm like, it's coming. Stop fucking being on my ass. It's getting there. I have to like make sure that it's the perfect stuff because at the end of the day, you want to know, has he died? No, I have not yet. Have I like done anything crazy? Yes, I have. Am I going to show it? Potentially. I'm
Maybe.
I'm a fucking troll. What do you expect? But no, I have not died yet officially. Unofficially, I've come fucking close. But that's more because I'm a
These
fucking
I need to
horse.
see.
Oh yeah, that bloody horse. Jesus Christ, Roach. So yes. So in terms of the channel and plans, we'll just do that briefly. Yes, I will still be doing the Edgecast. Primarily, it's going to still be at least minimum of twice a month, maybe once a month maximum, in terms of subjects and stuff like that. If people want to have a particular topic that they want to raise on the Edgecast, please leave comments. Message me, let N7Kate know, or anyone else who watch who might get in touch with me, because I'd love to kind of have debates. And if you want to be a guest on it, even by all means, just let us know. The Witcher that I'm playing at the moment, the punchy build, that is still coming. And with permission with Stripe at the moment, I am bringing back an old idea that started my channel off a while ago, which is the Two Blokes play. So you might have noticed in my videos, I use something called Two Blokes. Well, originally, there's a bit of background on this. I did Monster Hunter videos, Monster Hunter World, and I would do highlights of me being a dick with. Yeah, I can say this. I was a dick.
Yeah.
With
I've seen the
N7Kate
videos.
and Dante, like putting down a firework when we're going to be putting down bombs with a Safajiva, which is hilarious, and dancing like a prick. But that was how my channel first started because it was a little bit of fun, mixing that in with like Resident Evil. So Swife is also a Monster Hunter fan, like myself, but he's played more of them than me. I'm pretty sure you've probably played more than I have, because I've played
I've
Try.
probably paid more. I've probably paid more of them. But I mean, on the recent ones, like I still haven't even started Iceborne yet.
You really should, mate. I mean, we can do some videos on that. I mean, clearly, I can record that quite easily. Um,
Mm.
with the Monster Hunter videos, we will be bringing back some Monster Hunter Rise ones potentially, because that's now also on PS4, PS5, Xbox soon, and other consoles as well, Steam. So we've been enjoying playing that together, and we are, I would say, competent. We haven't fucked up royally.
Yeah. I'd say we're okay.
I mean, I'm pretty good at it with my gun. Not dying as much as most people would. I said
Yeah.
most
Well,
people. I didn't
literally
name
I'm
names.
going. If we do start again, because if we get it on the PlayStation, then I will be going Lance throughout because that just worked.
I'm still going gun because the gun is good. If anyone gets that reference, I will give them a point. Yes, so Strife and myself, with his permission, and if he still wants to do it, we will be
Yeah, of course I
doing.
will.
We will be making a series called Two Blokes Play, and he and I will be. I don't know even why I'm saying this. we will be playing a lot more games throughout the year that we want to play. So that could be co-op games, competitive games. I'm hoping that I can get a nice kind of recording microphone for the man cave that I do my work in, so that wife can sit next to me at the same time when we're playing more single player games. If anyone could recommend a microphone that would work well with that, please leave it in the bottom below and I'll look at that definitely. But
Just
yeah, I'm
so you know,
excited.
though, because
Mm,
I've had a look, and Monster Hunter Rise, yeah, $39.99 Deluxe Edition, $32.99 Standard.
mm.
Sunbreak isn't out for PlayStation yet.
Ooh, that means you've paid twice, aren't you? Because you'll be paying that
Potentially.
and then the expansion.
Mm.
But you can get all of it for free technically on like Xbox Game Pass, I think. Apparently, 'cause that's coming out for that.
I do not own an Xbox.
I know, and it's not. But the thing is, It's not cross play. I mean, if the PlayStation
Mm.
One is cross play and cross save, bam, I'm in. You know, I'm like, fuck yeah, totally. But like,
It will never be cross save. There's no way you would be able to pick up where we left
no.
off on. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we could, I probably would.
Oh, totally.
Um,
Because it's just so much
just
easier to record on as well.
yeah, I would definitely bring up my old, the Switch version and just bring it over to the PlayStation because obviously all my hours are in there.
I do think we should do like Iceborne though, definitely, for like together.
To be fair, it's been a long time since I've played Monster Hunter World. I'm happy to actually start from scratch on it.
I will I'd do the gun build definitely. I would do the gun, like bow gun, and see how far I
Light
get with
bow
it.
gun.
Oh fuck yeah! I'd
I'm
do like
happy to actually start. I'm actually happy to start from scratch on Monster Hunter World. 'Cause little boy is now
um
4. He was probably not even 1 when I ended up getting rid of the PlayStation 4 originally,
hmm. I
and
mean
I
for
hadn't really
you,
played it since then.
I would say for you definitely if we're going to start from anywhere, start from Iceborne. Just
Mm.
because it's a whole new feeling experience anyway. If
I mean,
you are
I do still have my save. Thank you,
yeah.
PlayStation Plus cloud saving.
Yeah, same. I've still got my character. It looks all pretty badass. But I went heavy bowgun in that, and I think this time I want to go light bowgun and see
Mm.
how nuts I can make that because light bowgun is hilarious. It's just fucking hilarious in Rise for me. So I want to see how crazy it is, or not crazy it is in Iceborne really. Because
Mm.
if it's as good almost as it was for me in that, then I'm sold. I'm just like, yeah, let's do this. So yeah, I mean, so
Fair play.
that is something we'll be doing next throughout the year. Any games you want to recommend? And no, to my wife and your wife, we are not playing Barbie's like pony
No
thing
SingStar,
or
no thing.
SingStar.
Although, are we going to bring up my sort of suggestion of what I was saying to you before
Hmm.
in relation to the whole? What we'd look to do is let the community pick one game a month, obviously with the budget of £20. No
Yep,
SingStar, none of
I'm fine
that
with that.
stuff.
Yeah, if anyone wants to recommend a game that we want to play, go for it. Because I mean, pretty much, we're open to ideas and suggestions, and within reason, we will play it as long as it's not super shit. If it's super shit, I will hunt you down and I will kill you.
503 hours on Monster Hunter I've done, and I ain't even started Iceborne.
Well, so yes, there is. So in terms of the update for the channel, I will be making content. Please support the channel if you want to see certain things. Thank you again this year for the number of subscribers. Just in terms of who love watching it, I don't really. I say I don't really care in terms of, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Like I love that people are watching because it means that I'm making something that people are enjoying. So that's always the thing I do. It's just making something that people enjoy. So thank you. I must be doing something hopefully okay if people are enjoying it. So please leave some comments and let me know what you want to see for 2023. This podcast is going to be about the highlights and overall the height of the year of 2022. I know N7Kate is going to be recording her own kind of best games and worst games of 2022. This is more kind of a overall arch of how 2022 has been for me and for yourself. If anyone wants to join in on this topic as well, I'm happy to make a part 2 and a part 3. So please, I know N7K will probably listen to this afterwards. So will Dante, Fish from Krak on Gaming. Anybody who wants to kind of put their own spin on the air, let me know. I'll do another episode of this or the second part. What has been your highlights for you? And this could be games, films, news.
Well, you know me, I don't generally watch films.
TV.
I mainly just sit and play games. Do you know what? Gaming wise, and it's actually not what you might think.
Okay.
I question the legality of it.
Oh God.
I really do.
I think I know what it's you're going to come up with this.
So for Christmas, I got the Power Kitty.
Okay. Yeah, it's cool.
So it's basically a handheld emulator.
Yeah.
Which has 20 odd thousand old retro games already pre-installed on the card. So I mean, it's all ROMs and everything like that. So like I said, I question the legality of it. But do you know what? Playing some of like the really old NES games that I used to play, like Captain Skyhawk, like that was my childhood. That game, and going back to some of those, and actually watching the little lad play some of them, though he dies, but still, watching him play the games that I used to play when I was growing up, it has been a massive highlight for this year.
Oh, fantastic! I mean, I know you've been really kind of foaming at the mouth to have a go at it, and you've been excited. I have seen you run around jumping up and down a little bit, going, "Yeah!"
Do you know what? As soon as it arrived, I had to give it a go. It's like, because obviously it was a TikTok shop, and with the nature of our employment, it is right. Okay, so how have I just done something stupid, or is this okay? So it was like no, and it actually works well, and it does everything it's supposed to do. So it's like, you're cool. I'm cool with this.
Oh no, if you're enjoying it, that's the main thing. I mean, it sounds like I got myself a Super Retro Trio a few years back, and that's a console that plays original like NES, SNES, and Mega Drive games. And like, I get it. I mean, there's some wonderful classic games you can get out there which you can't get a hold of normally, and it's nice to be able to kind of replay that nostalgia a little bit.
I think that's the problem. So it is you question the legality of actually owning something like this, but it was like my cousin said, that there's no actual way to play these games anymore.
If you can, they overcharge you to high hell.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? They had the PlayStation Mini, which in itself, I mean, they've had like a mini version of for most of the consoles, but when you look at the price and the game selection, sometimes you think to yourself, well, no, I get it, but at the same token, it's like it's just milking that nostalgia a little bit. Well, it's fine. But no, I'm glad you got it because it sounds like you've had a good experience with that thing.
It has been very good.
Any kind of games you've played throughout the year that you've kind of been like, oh yeah, this has been a good one for the 2022?
Do you know what? As much as we gave it a bit of stick to begin with, Rise was definitely a good highlight of the year as well.
Do you know what? Yeah, that came out in March of 2022, didn't it? And
I think so, yeah.
I
know we got it on release and it was like, right, let's do this.
At first, we were both kind of like, this is just what the fuck. But then when they started releasing all the content and like they did a lot of things right with Rise Sunbreak. Because like
they did right a lot of wrongs with it.
Like they've just put in now weapon glamours. So you put like different you could like put on like glamour skins on your armor set so you can look different to what you're actually wearing. Same now for weapons now finally. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So now I can make my gun look even more insane. So that's been oh god, I can make my Rajan gun look like I can make my like a Cougar gun look like a Rajan gun and have rapid fire. That's going to be amazing.
Fucking Rajangs.
That's good. Oh, can you imagine a triple-barreled Rajan gun just shooting like how rapid fire like my Nagakuka gun does? That's gonna be amazing.
It will look. It will look the part.
It will, yeah. So yeah, no, Rise. I agree with you. That has been a highlight for me because it's it's been nice to go back to the series because like we played it the year before because it came out the previous year and it was fun, but it felt like it was lacking something for me. Like
It just weren't finished, and Sunbreak did help with that.
It had a lot more content, a lot more monster kind of fights. I love the new locations. I mean, obviously we tried to get our friends to get involved in it as well, and I'm sure eventually they will pick it up when they've got a chance. But if not, I mean, you and I will play it anyway because we will enjoy it.
Oh yeah.
And no, I'll give you that. It's been one of my highlights of the year, and I'm glad I got to play it. I suppose for me, highlight was. Do you know what? There was this. This one's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but I played something called Illusion Chronicles. I think it was the Rising, and this one was like a spin-off game because the new one, 100 Heroes one, is coming out this next year, coming 2023, and it's a spiritual successor to Suikoden. So if you don't know what Suikoden is, it's a JRPG.
I don't.
Where you can play with 100 characters, and you'll build up an army, and the story generally is you are basically fighting a war.
100 characters. So basically, it's all my Skyrim rejects.
So you collect 100 characters in the game, and each character will do something. Like there'll be blacksmiths, or there'll be gamblers, or there'll be soldiers, or mages, healers, and you'll have a base, and your home base will improve with how many people you've got. And for its time, it was really good fun because it just, as you got more and more characters, it felt like you were building up this kind of story. It was really good fun, and each of the characters had their own little storylines, which is really good fun. So this was a spin-off game based off a Kickstarter, and I had to go on it, and it's kind of Metroidvania-ish, but I enjoyed it. I actually completed it. It was on the Game Pass, and I wanted to give it a go. And if you watch some of my earlier videos in the air, there's some gameplay of it, and yeah, I generally had a good time with it. It wasn't a very long game, but it got me in the mood ready for this game coming out. So I'm hoping that I mean, this is not going to be the same style of game, but the characters that are in this spin-off game should be in the main game when it comes out. I don't know where they'll show up as, but I'm looking forward to it. So watch this space.
Yeah.
I probably will show some gameplay of it, but I won't do a let's play because JRPGs
Fair enough.
are fucking hard. I tried it with Dragon Quest.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dragon Quest is really hard because, like, one, I love to level grind, but I can't level grind in a JRPG when I'm streaming because it's like, right, okay, I kind of want to do stuff, but I can't do stuff.
Yeah, I mean, in that you kind of need it as. I mean, thinking about it for like a JRPG type thing, if you just wanted to sort of sit there and grind and just do the odd bits every now and again, that's more sort of for like a Twitch platform where you're just on and people just jump in every now and again, that type of thing, I reckon.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, totally. But this kind of got me in the mood, ready for like the next game coming out next year. I suppose highlights of the year is I got to really play through the Halo series with N7Kate. Despite the lack of success of recording it at times, it was fun kind of going back through the first two games. And I'm sure at some point she'll want us to go through three and 4 and 5. And if people wanted to see me do that, I'm happy to. But yeah, that was kind of fun. Playing Stranger of Paradise was also kind of fun. It was a more of a surprise game. I don't think it's in my top 3 games of the year because this year for me has been very weird for gaming.
It has. I mean, do you know what? I'm actually just looking at my sort of library that I've got installed and stuff that I'm playing at the moment.
Yeah.
It has been a very, very weird year.
Because I'm thinking like, what games I've actually bought that are new.
So, well, for me, it's Code Vein, Deep Rock Galactic, which we still need to go through. We need to give that one a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring, No Man's Sky, Monster Hunter. It's Dying Light. That was a good playthrough, to be fair.
We need to finish that off for the video at some point.
We really do. We still got just the final bit to do.
It's gonna be bullshit. I know for a fact it's gonna be bullshit.
Well, I need to do and play a little bit to remember the bloody controls for a start. 'Cause we've been doing that much Code Vein and other things in between. We just sort of
Which we've
have
not been
this
recording.
nasty habit.
We've not been recording.
We just have this nasty habit of getting to the last boss and then just like, okay, cool, we're done with that one now, and then just not doing the last boss.
Well, yeah, because we pretty much we've completed the game. Who cares about the last fucking boss? You know.
You still need to get Elden Ring at some point so we can go through that, which was that was a fun playthrough. Considering that was what I have played Dark Souls, but that was like one of the first Souls games that I've actually enjoyed.
I've enjoyed playing Code Vein with you because it's been an experience, definitely.
Yeah, Code Vein has been fun. It has been fun, even though it is a Souls-like game. It is an easier Souls-like game.
Yeah, it's getting me into the idea of it, and then I can kind of decide whether I want to keep playing said series of games. Yeah, I mean, if you think back on the games we've been playing for this year, like I don't think I've bought that many new games. I'm sure I have. If I actually look, I mean,
I have bought a few. I mean, I bought like Stray, like it's a Deep Rock Galactic and Code Vein.
yeah.
One that really throws a spanner in the works, which I have actually thoroughly enjoyed, is Way of the Hunter. Just like a hyper realistic hunting simulator. It's really nice to just. Do you know what? So, actually, yesterday I was playing it, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna park my ass here.
Yeah.
Wait for animals to come to me, and I'm just gonna sit there and play on the Power Kitty and just enjoy the ambiance on the TV screen. Oh, look, a bear! Let's kill it.
Do you know what? I think this has been the year of me kind of playing through my backlog a little bit because, I mean, in terms of the Switch, I got Monster Hunter Rise, Shot Sunbreak. I got the beginning of this year around February time, A Stranger of Paradise, and I played that with Kate. So that's 2 new games. I played 2 Point Campus through the Game Pass. Game Pass has been one I've been playing a lot of the games for free on there, but a lot of the games I've been playing have been generally backlog stuff, like older games, like Code Vein. We got that together, and originally I was playing it with N7Kate a little bit, and then you and I joined up on that, and it's just been. I'm glad I got through it a lot more because it is such a good fun game. Pain in the ass.
We do need to finish it. We do need to finish that.
I mean, fuck my life with that fucking Dragon Knight boss. Jesus. Like, to be honest, like I need to see Kate or like the others play this at some point because I want to see the direction of the bosses. But like, fucking my life, not Dragon Knight boss. He's a pain in my ass. Yeah, no. I mean, in terms of gaming, I don't remember any major highlights. I never played the new Pokemon game. I just didn't like the look of it.
No, do you know what? As much of a fan as I am of Pokemon, and to be fair, I have actually been going through Pokemon Emerald now on the Power Kitty. I've just not. I mean, I had Sword and I had Sword, but it was just like it didn't do it for me like the old Pokemon games used to.
Yeah, it's strange because like I'm doing wrong. If you have been enjoying Scarlet and Violet, brilliant, good for you. And my wife's been playing it and she's been enjoying it. I think my brother-in-law's got it and he's I think been probably enjoying it. I kind of fell out of it due to my own kind of personal reasons. And no, yeah, I mean if you enjoy the series, more power to you. I am not saying that anyone who likes it is bad. It's just for me. I've just fallen out of it, and you know, I'll give it a fair chance if it has something that makes me kind of go, ooh, okay, yeah, I'll give it a go. But this particular one, I've been like, nah. I mean, I played Sword and Shield, and initially at the beginning, I was like, okay, this is fun. But then my love kind of just dipped as it went on, and I was like, yeah, I'm bored now. So, and because these games don't come down in value, like that barrier is always there, and it's like I'm not going to spend like 40-50 quid on a brand new Pokemon game 3 years down the line because it's not like it's just not for me.
I think that is one problem with like downloadable games and stuff like that, the
Sometimes
value of
they
them
come.
never comes down. Like you go into your secondhand shop, you could pick up like some games on secondhand, and it's like, yeah, I'll give it a go for that price.
Hmm.
It doesn't happen as much as it should when you're actually like downloading actual games from the game store.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Like for argument's sake, I know it's been out a while. I use this as an example. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Yes, it's on sale at the moment, but it will go back up to full price. It's still 60 quid to download.
Yeah. I mean, look at Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I mean, there's been loads of games that have been coming out that I've not had a chance to really play yet. Like Sonic Frontiers. I know Kate's kind of played a little bit of it. I will play it eventually, but I follow a golden rule, and I know that I am going to get shafted for saying this out loud. But my golden rule is that when there's a game that I want to play, if Kate is reviewing it, I don't play it until she's forgotten about it. Because and she's gonna go, what? And I guess this is not out of spite, it's not out of hate or anything like that. It is basically I have this weird thing of if someone is coming to me about this game and saying, "Oh, you played this yet?" and Kate has a great way of being able to articulate and be very thorough with her thoughts and views on a particular game that she's playing. But for me, it's like I just want to play the game sometimes, and God, I'm gonna get shafted. I know I have to say this now, but I just basically when it's not even Kate, it's anybody. If anybody comes to me and starts going on about, oh, you need to play this game, it's like God of War. I didn't do it. Um,
I will play. I will play God of
Horizon.
War Ragnarok at some point,
Oh
but
yeah.
eventually.
Horizon Zero Dawn 2, that new one that came out at the beginning of the year. I haven't even touched that. Like generally when there's a hype train of people playing it, I just don't touch it until like everyone's forgotten about it, and then I can just jump in on my own, and then there's like no kind of like everyone's I don't follow people at the same time, so that's why I can hopefully wait until like Elden Ring comes down cheaper, because then I can go, well, we're both going to play it, so it's fine. Um like
Yeah, because
Cyberpunk.
I'd happily start again on it because
Yeah.
I really did enjoy it.
So it's like, I mean, Sonic Frontiers, I will play it, but it'll be in my own time. Then there was, oh God, Crisis Core, the remake of that. I played that that came out just before. I played that on the PSP originally when it came out, and I had a good time with it. Do you want to play it again? Fuck no. Um, and the reason for that is like I've already played it, and if it has new story beats to it to coincide with the main game that's the re-release of remake, I can fucking wait for that until it's super cheap. I don't. Uh, it's really just it's thrown me for a loop because it looks great, yeah, totally. But I've already played through Crisis Core, and it was grindy as fuck back then. Um, because like you had missions, and the missions could be quite repetitive sometimes. It's still a really good game. But I on the PSP, I was like, yeah, I'm done with this, and I'm sure they have fixed a lot of stuff with it to make it more playable, accessible. I do not need that shit right now. I am happy to give it time.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going through because I do that whenever we do these podcasts. I always just I don't sit there and play games. I take the time to actually just sort of go around the and have a good look through like the PlayStation Store or I've done it with the Switch Store when we've been playing like Monster Hunter Rise, and it's like, oh well, I'm already on the Switch. Let's just have a look what's on the Play Store. That's one that I've been told I need to play, and I've been told it no end of times from my cousin. I played all the other Dragon Ages, not played Inquisition yet.
I did play Inquisition. That was I've got a copy if you want to borrow it off me.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe. What was
it's
the game that you wanted to borrow that I had?
is that Star Wars one? I think that's actually on the Game Pass. It's coming out on PlayStation PSN next month.
Oh, fair enough.
It might be. I mean, I'm not too sure. Right. So games that came out this year, because I need to remember what's actually come out, because a lot of the things I played, I just did not kind of do much with. So we had Elden Ring that came out this year, which you played.
When did Tiny Tina's Wonderlands come out? Was
I
that
think
this year?
I think that came out the same time almost as fucking Rise Sunbreak.
I'm Googling.
I'm on Wikipedia, so hold on. That's right, I'm using
Tiny,
Wikipedia. Fuck it.
yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. When was that released? Yeah, 24th of March. It was around the same time. That, do you know what? I don't know if you've played it or not. That was actually quite a good game. It was a nice spin-off from the whole Borderlands series, and it worked really well.
Right, so Deep Rock Galactic got released this year, apparently, on PS4, PS5.
Downloaded it. I've played like the tutorial, but that's about it.
Monster Hunter Rise was released
Oh, I haven't played that game in so long.
on Windows this year. Let's see, Spelunky 2, we didn't play that, in fairness.
Oh my God, that is such an old game. I'm just going through the Play Store and prototype. It's 2015, mind you, but I have not played that game in so long. That was so good, that one.
Do you know what? I definitely have found like this helps me out a lot for like N7Kate's like recording video at some point. But yeah, I forgot that Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six came out this year, and I fucking hated it. That is just basically you go in, you extract people, and it was like basically space zombies. And yeah, there's some cool gimmicks to it, but no, it was unforgiving, and they made it so that you would spend money to revive characters. I just did not enjoy it. It was I'm sure people enjoyed it. I was like, yeah, no, fuck that game. So that's one of the two ones there. Let's see. Anything else? God, I didn't realize that Bravely Default came out for the Android devices.
What was that?
Bravely Default, Brilliant Light, an iOS
Oh, right, fair
Android
enough.
game on there. Pokemon Legends Arceus, I never played that when it came out.
No, I never
on the
played that either.
I mean, it looked interesting, but I was just kind of burnt out by the whole Pokemon stuff at the time. Dying Light 2 came up this year, so that's probably why it's a little bit expensive. We didn't play that. Edge of Eternity. Do you know what? I forgot I played this game. This was a new game that came out very early in the year. I actually liked it, what it was, but it was it was ambitious. It was made by Midgar Studios, and it's really big open world exploration, JRPG kind of battles. And if you could look back on my videos near the beginning of this year, you see some of the gameplay. I haven't completed it. I stopped playing fairly midway in. I might go back to it eventually. The music was good fun. The battle system I enjoyed. I think the cutscenes were a little bit. I mean, again, it was an ambitious title from a small indie developer, or small developer, sorry.
Although
So
sometimes they are really good.
it's on PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X. If you have a look, Strife, at on PS4, PS5, Edge of Eternity on the store, you might be able to find you might be able to find a trailer for it. It's a really big. I mean, the visuals of the world itself look great. The character designs can be a little bit maybe dated.
I see it.
But I mean, I am not calling anything bad about it.
And again, another game we played this year, well, briefly for a bit before you just and I just took ahead. Was it Genshin Impact? Was it called?
Genshin Impact. Yes, we played that. That's been out for a few years though. I actually enjoyed that.
Yeah, but that is one that we did. Yeah, that is one that we did do this year.
I took a chance on it.
And it was free to play.
It was free to play. I've still got it downloaded on my PS5. I just haven't gone any further into it at the moment.
No. I must admit, I see what you mean with this Edge of Eternity. It does look it looks really nice. It looks well polished.
I mean, I've gotten so far into it, and I've got the save file still, so I probably might go back and play a bit more of it during the quiet period of 2023. I mean, there's not going to be one because it's JRPG year next year for definite. Anything else? Let's see. Monarch came out on the Switch. That was like a Persona-ish kind of game. I never played it, but I heard some mixed things about it. Do you know what? It's really good kind of looking back through these games because generally Elden Ring came out in, I think it was February, was it?
I can never remember. Was it Elden Ring that got Game of the Year?
It did, yeah.
Or was it? Yeah, I was gonna say. I know it was a toss-up between that and God of War, but I was gonna say I was pretty sure it was Elden Ring.
Or maybe God of War got. I don't know if God of War got. Yeah, I think they got. Yeah, the Game of the Year, and Elden Ring won a few other bits and pieces. It was a very good thing between the two of them. Oh God, Babylon's Fall was. I remember that game coming out. That was shit. Yeah, I am. People who listen to this podcast going, "What the fuck is that game?" Yeah. You don't need. You don't need. You don't need to know
It's
this.
better to not know.
Oh God, yeah. You don't need to know that whatsoever. But this is quite good because I can see if I've actually played any of these at this point. Yeah, March 18th, I played Stranger of Paradise with Kate. Again, it was a fun game. I haven't played any of the DLC. It kind of dropped the ball a little bit toward the end with the final boss being a single player, and it was a bit unforgiving.
Was that the one that I saw you two playing that you kept dying on?
Yeah, we were being very shit. I think I don't know if we were being shit, but it was just it kind of changed because I was so designed to be for like just like charge up and nuke, and Kate was the one kind of being the tank blocking and keeping the enemy focus. I could have that time to charge up and then cast cure, protect, and then nuke stuff. And it just it was really. I built my character kind of dependent on someone else being there to be my human shield. Yeah, Tiny Tina's Wonderland came out March 25th.
That was a good game if you haven't played it.
I haven't. What would you recommend?
Like I said, yes, I would. It's not because I've played all of the Borderlands, but 1, 2, and 3, but I haven't played Tales from the Borderlands yet. But do you know what? They're all fairly samey. Tiny Tina's Wonderland was a very good branch away from it, and it worked really well.
Yeah.
So if ever you do get it, I will happily play that with you because it is a really good game.
Do you know what? I probably will pick it up at some point because it's kind of a good little one to kind of play through. Anything else?
Is it? I mean, it is Bunkers and Badasses, the DLC for Borderlands 2, I think it was, which was a really good DLC to be fair.
Oh wow.
But it is a whole game based on that, and you get the whole open world. It's got the whole Borderlands humor in it. It does work really well.
Okay. I definitely will pick it. I mean, I did play Borderlands 1 and 2 back in the day, and
melee combat is a proper thing in it.
Oh, okay, okay. You're selling me on that a little bit now, which is quite cool. Right. Let's see. In terms of like there's so many games that came out that I just didn't play this year, and I think it's just been one just kind of just zoned in. I was playing Endwalker quite a bit in fairness for Final Fantasy 14, so that's probably burnt a lot of my bridges, and I was using the Game Pass for quite a lot as well. I can't believe Tour de France came out as well. I didn't play that. I don't know why I would want to do that. Right, yeah. So I'm on to June now. Going through the games on there. I didn't play Intergrade, which I really should have done at some point because I could have then. I came out on Windows though. I could have done the Yuffie kind of trilogy stuff.
And when you've gone through those, we'll have a look at sort of what games we're looking forward to next year, and we'll sort of pick up like what games are we hoping that will come out.
Do you know what?
I can think of a few.
Oh yeah, there's all coming out next year. I forgot about Sonic Origins. That one I just didn't pick up because it was meant to be a collection of Sonic's greatest hits, but they've done it in kind of. I will say this now: if anyone has a Sega Saturn, Sonic Jam is one of the better collections you can get, or Sonic Mega Collection on the GameCube. Those two collections.
Sega Saturn on the Power Kitty.
Those are the two best collections I could recommend for anybody wanting to play Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles and anything else on like on a collection. Let's see. Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Houses. I didn't get that in the end. I would have thought I would have. My only gripe with the Warriors games on the Switch is that they're local co-op normally, and I like to be able to play with friends online.
When was Advance Wars supposed to be coming out?
Meant to be coming out this year in April, but it got postponed due to certain reasons,
right?
Which we're not going to mention in this podcast.
Fair enough.
Sunbreak came out Did Sunbreak come out June 30th? Really? I thought it was earlier than that.
It
Oh,
doesn't
actually,
feel like it was that late.
oh, it might have been like 'cause it was on PC. That's why.
Mm.
Yeah, Windows and Nintendo Switch. Okay. Raving Rabbids. No, don't need to worry about that.
They didn't come out at the same time, did they?
I don't think they did. I think PC did it a little bit later, but I could be wrong.
Either that, or we've completely missed the trick there with it.
We probably did, in fairness. But I mean, I'm generally thought I would have picked it up on the release because I know how much you want to play, and we would play it together pretty much.
Mm.
And Octopath Traveler, that's another iOS game. Digimon Survive. I didn't think that came out yet, but apparently it might have. Oh, it might have been Japan. That's why.
No, fair enough.
Other than that, yeah. I mean, I'm up to August and I haven't seen anything that I have been playing. Saints Row is another one I didn't touch. I'm glad I didn't because I had bad things about it. I do want to play Soul Hackers 2. Yeah, so I mean, this year there's been some. Oh, we did play Fast Star Online 2 on the PS5. Like
Yeah.
New Genesis.
Do you know what? It was good. It was good, but it took up way too much space on the PlayStation, which space is a very much hard thing to come by sometimes.
It definitely. I mean, it's a fun game for what it was for free to play, but they kind of limited your progression based on your gear level or like gear stat number. So
Yeah, and
like
if I remember, we actually struggled to get into the next area. We had already got everything, but we struggled to get into the next area at one point.
we did, yes. And again, it's one of those ones that I enjoyed the experience. I don't regret not playing it. But yeah, no, I definitely think it. I mean, it's one. I mean, there are gonna be dedicated fans out there who love it, and I love like combat from PSO back in the day. I love playing the original Fast Star Online on Dreamcast, down to GameCube with episode 2 included in that as well.
Oh, whoa. Rewind. Did you say the Fantasy Star Online was on Dreamcast?
Yeah, the original Fast Star Online, because
I will find a ROM for that then.
So Phantasy Star itself was officially on the Mega Drive, I think, and I think Nintendo at certain points. Originally, the original version of Phantasy Star Online came out on the Dreamcast, and that was up to 4-player co-op, using your VMU memory card as your character slot holder, and so
Fair enough.
you could character transfer characters onto the game to then play. The GameCube one, again, you can have up to several characters based on your character's memory card, and then you could play through that together, and that was up to 4-player co-op. It was split screen, I believe, in local. To play it online with a GameCube was a lot harder because I don't know if we ever could ever pull it off because of like
I have no idea.
there was no modem. We didn't. It was they had to get a modem and then like the actual activation thing. But yeah, that was my kind of gateway into it. And then obviously they did Phantasy Star Universe for the PC, which was very short-lived, but I kind of enjoyed it. And then they did some for the 3DS or DS, sorry, and then yeah, they keep kind of bringing a few bits here and there. New Genesis is like their newest version iteration of the new one they did. So which is Fast Down Online 2. Yeah, it's got some good history to it. I really recommend if you haven't played it yet, give it a try because it's aged not amazingly well, but it's still a fun experience. I would recommend giving it a try. Definitely.
Yeah, I'd give it a shot.
Dragon Ball The Breakers came out this year. That was one I didn't play, and I'm glad I kind of didn't because it was basically that kind of you play as a boss killing other people, and I was like, yeah, I think it was Dead by Daylight or something, but like, yeah. Gotham Knights came out this year, but I never played that. And I heard mixed things about it, but that has co-op in it where you'd be like Nightwing, Red Hood, Robin, Batwoman, and I kind of want to give it a try at some point, but I'm going to wait for it to come down in price, I think, first before giving it a
Yeah.
go. if you want to give that a try at some point. And there'll be all sorts of stuff coming up for that as well. Yeah, you know what? I think bar that, there's nothing else. I mean, I could be very wrong in November. There could be something else. Yeah,
Well,
no.
I've not purchased any game. Well, I suppose I did. I purchased what was it? Code Vein in November, but that was only because it was on sale. But I've not purchased any sort of new games since.
Yeah, it's. I think with this particular year, like there's been so many games that have come out that people will say, "Oh, you should have played this, you should have played that." I think this year itself has just been kind of a meh for me. I've had no urge to generally play a lot of the games because you've got to be more picky nowadays. I think with budgets and stuff.
I know, and I mean, like one of the ones that I definitely do want to play, and I know it's literally gonna knock me back with the price, and that is coming out next year.
Yeah.
And that is what was it? Diablo 4.
Do you know what? I'd give it a go with you because I have never played a Diablo game before, but I've heard good things about I think Diablo 3.
Do you know what? I loved Diablo 3. Absolutely loved the game. It just worked, and I mean, I love Diablo 2. Do you know what? I like all the Diablo games. I have gone off of Blizzard, Activision. Like, I mean, we both used to play World of Warcraft, and glad I kicked that habit.
You say we play.
That was.
I want to put out there that I only ever got to level 35 several
Fair
times
enough.
at university, whereas my college, like my university, like fellow colleagues, they would be playing till like 4 or 5 in the morning, drinking Monster, having heart palpitations.
That was me.
That I was sleeping, or I was playing on an Xbox 360 at the time, playing Blue Dragon, Lost Odyssey, fucking God knows what other games. I did try to give WoW a go. I just couldn't get into it. And yes, people will go, but it's better now. No, that is like genuine kind of like.
Don't get me wrong. It does look like it has improved a lot.
I'm gonna get.
It does look like it has improved a lot, but at the same time, I'm glad I kicked that habit because that took up way too much of my life. World of Warcraft.
Yeah, no, I'm not touching it again. I'm not wasting.
I mean, it took up that much of my life. I'm now married to someone who I met on there, so that's like enough of my life gone.
Well, there you go. It's a good story, definitely. For me, next year is going to be crazy because there's Final Fantasy 16 coming out. There's Illusion Chronicles coming out, the proper one for that game coming out. Suikoden 1 and 2 HD remasters coming out next year. Potentially Final Fantasy 7 Part 2, whatever they call it at the moment. That's winter of next year, but that could also mean coming into 2024. There's also the Trails sequel coming out that was released a couple of years back in Japan for Cold Steel, which I really loved. That's coming out next year. JRPGs for me are going to be crazy next year. I think Grand Blue Fantasy is coming out next year as well. And I had a look at that. That looks really interesting. So I might give that a try. I'm playing through Endwalker at the moment. That's got new content coming out for that.
That Deliver Us Mars. That's like a sandboxy type survival game, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one I do want to play. That's supposedly coming out in February.
Oh, speaking of games coming out, Hogwarts Legacy for my wife. That's coming out. Resident Evil 3, the Resident Evil 4 remake is coming out in April or March time. So that's going to be one that I will be pissed. I mean, if people watch me play Resident Evil 8 and having aneurysms, I can only imagine what I'm going to be like with this game. I'm fucked, aren't I?
Then again, there is another game coming out, I believe, in 2023.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure when, but that was it Japanese style Monster Hunter type game.
Oh yes, that one. Yes, I know.
I can't remember what it was called now.
But it's being done. It's being published by EA. And like EA,
microtransactions.
it's gonna. I want it to be good. I really do. The reason why I want it to be good is, and this is sound crazy, but I always believe that if there is strong competition, you will
It makes other games better.
because they have to make it better so that other people will play their game. So diverse competition will always mean that you want to try and be better than the other people in that particular thing. So if you're the only game franchise out there that does that particular thing, it just stagnates. Madden. And
Speaking of which, though, I tell you one thing I am hoping for next year. God Eater 4.
is that actually been announced?
No, but I'm hoping it will do.
I'm like, okay, we're getting toward the end of the video, and we've kind of rambled, but we have talked about the highlights of the year for gaming and stuff like that. Quickly, in terms of gaming, Sonic Adventure 2, the movie came out, loved that. To be fair, there was a lot of Marvel movies, cool, yeah. We'll talk more about 2022 in another video, but yes, predictions for next year. I hope that they announce Monster Hunter World 2.
I'm on board with that. We were talking about that at work the other day. I'm well on board for that.
The thing is, obviously, we know that they're releasing Rise on PS4, PS5. We don't know if that means that they're kind of doing that to kind of keep people preoccupied until they announce it. But I think generally it's been long enough now. I think they're going to probably at some point announce Monster Hunter World 2 at some point next year. And I reckon if I'm going to be smart on it, they're going to probably announce it summer of next year to be released 2024.
That would be nice.
I reckon they're going to announce it during like either Tokyo Game Show, or be like E3, something like that. There'll be summertime with Capcom because they're focusing so much on Street Fighter 6 and like and a few of bits and pieces. I think that's the next big thing that they're going to push while people are playing Street Fighter 6. That's what they've.
I say now, if they do release that. Then I tell you one thing, I will probably make, and they are doing it for 2024. When our holiday booking comes up, I will make sure I book at least a week off for that.
Oh God, yeah, same. So that's one of my theories. In terms of announcing that, we already know they've announced Final Fantasy VII Remake, so that's a thing. I'm gonna go with so. My hope would be that if they're going to be announcing more remakes or more re-releases of stuff on Game Pass, I think that next year they might announce Persona 6, maybe. I mean, it's too early. I mean, they've been milking Persona 5 quite a bit with games and stuff. But I mean, it's a Chaos one. I would love them to announce a re-release of Skies of Arcadia. That's always one of my big ones to wish for. Other than that, yeah, just that really. I'm hoping to do Monster Hunter World 2.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World 2. At the very least, if it's not Monster Hunter World 2, I would like a God Eater 4.
You know what? I'm surprised. I mean, I think Code Vein is like,
or a Code Vein 2.
I would like Code Vein 2 or God Eater 4. I would laugh my ass off if Code Vein is linked in the same universe or is connected with God Eater.
It seems like it should be. It seems like it should be.
I would literally laugh my ass off if the sequel is just them in God Eater 4 going, "Oh my God, what's going on here?" Well, now you've fucked up. Now it will be interesting if they did that. But yeah, Code Vein 2, God Eater 4, which is a lot of Bandai Namco stuff at the moment, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Then then obviously Monster Hunter World 2. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm just trying to think what else I would love them to kind of announce, but I think that I'm sure there's more games we could think of at this point to kind of announce for.
But we're still, at the same time, we're still trying to squeeze this into an hour.
Yeah, which is 56 minutes at the moment, say, give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed our random New Year's, because we're recording this literally during New Year's Eve at the moment. A couple more hours to go. Thank you again for a wonderful year. in terms
Oh,
of.
then again, actually, just as a quick sort of
Oh yeah.
sidetrack, weren't there going to be another Witcher game coming out next year?
They've announced the remaking of The Witcher 1, and they have announced that they're making a new Witcher sequel game based on a
Mm,
new on a new. I think it's like the Lynx faction or something like that.
mm.
Which again, I am open to play, but I need to kind of complete Witcher 3 at the moment in time.
Yeah, you
Um,
do.
yeah, I do, but that is. I mean, yeah. I know Kate's going, fucking play out of it, bitch. I'm like, yeah, fine. I'll plug it there. Just get off my back. Yeah, fine. Yeah. So probably before I end this stream, this podcast for the last podcast of 2022, because this will be released in 2023, but effectively this is the last recording of the year. I just want to thank everybody who has enjoyed the content, who has helped me make content for this channel. Strife yourself, Kate, Dante, Fish, and anyone
The
else who's
pleasure
joined.
is all mine. You've sort of welcomed me into your channel because I don't have one, and now I've claimed this as my home.
Yeah. It's been an exciting year with ups and downs, and it's slowly starting to grow a little bit more, and I'm starting to get hopefully better at making my own unique content that people enjoy. If you love these podcasts and you want to see how you want them to change or add more stuff to it, Kate, stop! Don't tell me any more feedback. I'm joking. Anyone else, if you have any kind of feedback, let us know. End of the day, I want you guys to be able to enjoy what we make, and it's I get up and do it because you guys enjoy hopefully watching it, and it's helped me a lot during the last 2 years, especially during the pandemic. So please, I hope next year, I hope that the channel goes bigger. We have a lot more laughs, a lot more swearing, definitely swearing when you meet playing games. And
Yeah.
yeah, I hope you enjoy the next 12 months with us at the very least. But thank you for a wonderful 2022. And I still have got a
Here's to
cat savior.
2023.
Peace out as always, and take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
Bye.